Hey, how we doing? So, Kamar, back at you guys again. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Um, you know, again, kind of enjoyed talking about some of in particular the last talking points in college, some of the teams or the team that I coached in my prior experience, and then obviously looking over um some clips from the first game. ACU versus UNT. I kind of wanted to go back to some of those same points, just kind of different games or different things that may pop up. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Like I said, I appreciate all the feedback and whatnot. Like I said, I hope to you know get a more consistent schedule and kind of get this right back at you guys. So let's get this started. So, let's go. So we've seen kind of a good bit of this game. Let's kind of skip ahead. Seeing that. Let's go to, all right, let's go here. All right. It's funny, going through some of these games and just seeing um some of the stuff that may pop up. It's funny because this is us versus the Coast Guard. In this game, we only dressed five offensive linemen. We only had five because we had a COVID outbreak. But our president at the time and this team in general is set on playing this game. So we were really dinged up front. I mean, we had like four guys pop positive on COVID. Um, D line ended up. I think we had some key contributors on the defensive side missing too. I think we had a receiver out as well. So it was wild this game. I mean, we ended up obviously overcoming those obstacles and winning this game. But man, it was a hectic way to get to this point. So let's believe we ran some Bob or ISO. So let's kind of see how. So yeah, like the center here it was his first start. Um, yeah, I mean, some of these guys were playing or getting some playing time, but it's a lot of. I mean, there's literally no depth. So what are we looking at here? So we got a 4-2 box. So we're running ISO and we're motioning to it. So how it should draw. So it's an even front. Now the thing is they got like a heavy shade, almost a borderline nose on the center. But what we're doing here is we're essentially we're soloed here, backside, guards overtaking this center. In this case, we call an A back with the backside guard. So A and then work to the play side linebacker here, here, and then motioning, and then this tight end blocks this backside linebacker. So how it ends up playing out. So good initial. So right here, I think we're looking at play side here. So this is the thing too. Like whenever you're being an offensive lineman, and I know it's kind of contradictory to like some of the things you learn, when it comes to natural movements, like when you run, you run your toes. Um, like your like speed stuff revolves around you being on your toes. Now, when it comes to blocking people, that's not quite the same thing because that's when you can start to lose blocks and you get off balance. So what I like to say is you got to have all your cleats in the ground. That's something I learned. Have play with all your feet in the ground. That's something that like right here, the right tackle is not in a bad spot. Now, granted, he's leaning, but like if he's in a better posture right here, this could really be a finish right here by the right tackle. Not bad by the right guard. See how the right guard's a little bit better. So you got to be able to. You can't play on your toes on the offensive line. Like that's a little bit different than like the D line or maybe other positions. But figure in general, like when it comes to really blocking anybody, it's hard to do it when you're on your toes. Whoa there. Very athletic guy. All right, so looking at this play now, so we're running duo right here. Now it's a little bit. Now we're running out of 11 personnel. Like we don't have a second tight end or anybody to block. But I mean, in this box, we don't need it, right? So duo is a gap scheme. So really, again, it's power without a pull. A lot of people, some people say it's a hybrid, but it's really again it's a gap scheme. So really, the play side here is right here, the right guard, right tackle, tight end. These are critical blocks in order to get the play started. So this deuce needs to get vertical, and it's putting it on the lap of this play side linebacker. Tight ends block is crucial right here. Again, these guys are like almost it's almost like a fan type of deal to the play side backer. Now they give us a blitz right here on the back side of it. But this is why I think duo again is a really good scheme because it's really again it's mashing and it's not a whole lot of moving parts, right? Like you're trying to get vertical push and movement without any pullers. And it's a pretty simple read, I believe, for the running back. Like the way I was taught, it's like a blast to bounce read. So the tailback is reading this linebacker right here, the play side linebacker. If he chooses to, if he kind of hangs, isn't declaring, the tailback should blast it because we should be getting movement right here on this deuce. And then obviously you won't be able to make a play. Now, if this linebacker chooses to then bury himself in the A gap, the ball will then bounce, depending upon it could hit here or it's really dependent upon how the tight end does in his block. So now again, really there's other schemes or techniques too where I've seen guys on the backside of it, like they'll set this guy if he's like a wide five and whatnot, but you keep everything on the backside. You keep the backside on the backside. Like you don't let anything um try to leak into the play. Now doesn't really happen per se on this play. But again, this is why the ball hits where it hits on duo. Like the ball should never, ever, ever cross and go over there anyways. So like I said, we didn't get off to this this bullet or edge right here. But again, that's all right because again, this backer is starting to declare to bury himself. So that's why the back again then blast. He chooses to blast it right here in the B C gap. Excuse me. It's a really good job by the tight end here. Good deuce. Obviously, we wish we stay in a contact there, but I mean, the deuce does a really good job getting movement. And then you just, again, you make your tailback make some plays. I mean, big explosive play right there. Let's see what it looks like from the but. So again, 4-2 box. This team also too gave us a bunch of twos, which again, if we go back to what we kind of mentioned before, head up players or any, they go in that read and react uh defensive lineman, again, they're not looking to really penetrate gaps. They're looking to read, the guy that they're head up on. So in this case, they're reading both the guards. Again, we're just running inside zone with the read right here. Do a good job really with our combos. And again, like obviously we're working to the second level, right? Like these combos are going somewhere. Like we're not just trying to We're not just, playing with ourselves at the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Um, However, we need to get movement first. Like nothing, these backers don't matter if we can't move the down lineman, right? Like this has to get accomplished in order for us to even get past the line of scrimmage. So I do like how in this clip right here, these guys do a good job staying on the downs and moving these down linemen before climbing. And that's why again I think we're able to get a pretty successful run right there. Well, why did I tag this up? I got you. I got you. I got you. So we unfortunately kind of messed this one up right here. I believe we're trying to run GH right here. Um, think we just had some mixed signals here. This is a pretty good job by the puller. Again, kind of what we talked about. We all like the way I like to teach it. You want to teach kick, 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 and then you react to the log. It's a pretty good job. Again, kind of like the clips that we've seen from the previous team, where these guys want to get they're hands on our tackles and want to squeeze them, but and then once they'll then start to work to wrong arm it once they see the pull. And it's a pretty good job by the guard, then turning it into a log. Now, granted, we don't got the wrapper because we signaled this in wrong. If we get a wrapper there, it's like we're in pretty good shape. All right, that's a little pass pro right here. So now again, going back to kind of our triangles, right? So pre-snap, pre-snap, you could say this is a 4-1-4-3 box because again the Mike he's touching the center, not like that, but he's touching the center. He's got a piece of the center, so we got to make sure that again, whenever this happens, that we ID it the right way. Call us a 4-1-4-3 box. Now, when this happens, we're sliding it to the left. We call the protection to the field here. So again, center's got A gap, left play side guards got B, play side tackles got C. Again, backside guards responsible for even front one LOS. Backside tackles got two LOS. Now, now again, based off of we talked about in our triangles, right? That discussion that we talked about, we got if we look at the right tackle's triangle, if again, like we talked about, if there's any stacks in this triangle, so there's triangles that so again, just kind of go back to it. It's his down lineman, is excuse me, his defensive end, his DN, his inside backer, and then any flat area defender. In this case, it'd be like a corner, since I believe what I don't know, but kind of don't want to keep rewinding this, but if it could be the corner, it could be the safety, but nonetheless, 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 there's a stack in this triangle, right, for this tackles triangle. So again, something's rotten in Denmark, right? These guys pre-snap, even though they're stacked, they're not going to stay stacked post-snap. So one of these guys is responsible for this gap. Now, again, he's man on two LOS. So even though in this picture he did a good job, obviously staying with his man. If his man was the workout here, and he comes inside of him, you know what I'm saying? Tailback still got that. Again, we're responsible for the big people. We're big. We take the bigs. So good job, obviously, uh, trusting our rules and being in the right spot. Good job by the back. Getting to where he's got to get to. It's yours truly on the sideline. All right, let's see. We'll run it again. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What we doing here? Let's go. Let's go back to this. So again, going back to a protection, we're sliding it to the field. Now again, like we talked about that previous play, the very first play of the drive, where again, it's an even front. They just got like a nose. Again, now backside guard is still responsible for one LOS, but again, the center, he's got the center, there to help him. The only one that's really on an island here is the backside tackle. Now, again, good job. Not the cleanest, not the best, like technically sound, but one thing I do like is that we keep playing the play and we're moving our feet up front. Now, again, go celebrate big touchdowns, big plays. There's a lot of big plays that happen this game. Let's see. All right. So running GH, got the under front or over front to the tight end, running it play side to the underside. So now let's kind of go over this. So again, tap has probably happened a little bit too many times, but again, not the best as far as kind of got delivered down here, play side. Again, stay lower through this, fight this pressure in order to get to the backside linebacker. Now we get there, which is good. Tailback, really, I believe, even though we have a wrapper for him, the way I think we wanted to draw it up to it. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Go from the wide here. So we wanted it to be like a deal where, again, which we got 3 by 1. So really, we wanted the tailback to be blocking the safety here, and our rapper still raps for +1. Everybody else on the line stays in their deal, and we're still gonna obviously be free hitter right there. But if you got everything blocked up to that free hitter, I mean, again, that's exactly what you want. Dude makes the play 8 yards down the field. Let's look at some of this stuff. All right, now this was a very good opponent. Let's wait till I get to the butt. These guys always had some dudes. Good old Minnick. So again, we got an even front here. We're running a play action with it. It's actually first play of the game. We try to throw a shot. Um, the way the way we call this play action. So I believe we called it kind of like the run scheme off of it, I should say, was off of insert. So just like how we would block insert, where we would make a double here, one LOS, two LOS, and then inserting right here. But obviously, this is a play action. So now the way it looks is the same deal. So good job reacting to movement by the backside guard. And again, if guys are moving, and again, especially you could definitely tell more so, I think, from this film, a read and react guy's stance. If these D linemen stances kind of are like this wide, and I know it's kind of hard to see this other guy, but if they play that wide, it's hard for them to really get going forward. They will tend to move side to side, like. But if they're narrow, they're heavy on their hand, then obviously that's a gap penetrator. He's trying to get up the field right now. But good protection. What's the next point? Oh, I like this one. I think I remember. I know what's gonna happen here. So again, kind of like we talked about before, right? There's no threat of blitz, nothing. Again, look, look for intent. The intent to be violent, be combative. Like if we're not trying to do this every single play, not just pass pro, but every single play, right? It's a really good job by the right guard here. His backer doesn't come. Again, his down lineman is up the field, his DN's up the field, kind of like we talked about with the other day when it comes to a 30 front or an odd front, you got 5 men to protect, and you know you can leave the center one on one. Now, no threat of blitz, no nothing, can't really help the tackle. Come back to the center, and this is how you come back. Uh, that's a really good job by this guard, by good old Melvin, putting in some work again, finishing that guy. Mm, right. Let's see. Let's go. This is good old Endicott again, a powerhouse Division 3 up in New England. Very good program. Right now they're in the even front, and the way we block this up here, since we got the rush to the field. What I mean by the rush, tackle, nose, in, and then see from the wide how they got this configuration. All right, so again, rush, tackle, nose, in. You say Sam, Mike, Will, corner, safety. All right, then you look at it from obviously let's look at it from the Bucks. That's all we care about, right? We don't care about the wide shots. We just care about the butts. All right. So again, running GH to it. So with the rush being up front side or back on the back side, we end up making a down call. The down call, okay, and the guy that's got to make the down calls is backside tackle, right? Because we got to block this rush. Like if we don't block him, like it's not going to be good. Like it's going to be a negative play. So instead of us creating an ace here, instead of us making the ace there, the ace is then off, so it becomes a down, the tackle will hang, let the center get there, and then he's got to peel back off to the rush. So it's still a B gap hinge. So obviously, this is the B gap threat that's four, but with the rush being up, you know what I mean? We got to go all the way back. Tackle now will go back, and then now, obviously, if the tackle's trying to get to the play that backside linebacker. Now, if this guy was across his face, he collects it, then obviously our rapper and kicker will be on these two linebackers. So letting this play out. This was probably one of our better run plays versus this team. This at least this game. I mean, again, they were very good up front. Again, end up getting 8 yards, and that's again. I mean, getting 8 yards really. If you get 4 yards on a run play, I mean, that's a good. You'll take that every time. All right. So let's look at this now. So again, got another odd look here. So now we're running inside zone here now. And this is why again, inside zone, again, like we talked about, is a to A run. It's tight. It's one cut, you're done. Like it's not I'm bounce back. Like you shouldn't, again, I not to freaking heart like beat the running backs up or like overcoach that. 'Cause I think the best running backs coach, you got to have a good running back. And we had a really good running back here, and he did a phenomenal job getting downhill. But inside zone, again, let everything wash. Again, we would like to be obviously more physical, give more vertical movement. But these guys, again, they're bringing up blitz. These guys are never, and again, when D linemen are moving on blitzes, they're not usually moving forward. They're moving to their gaps. They're moving side to side. So this is a really good job, I think, really, especially by this backside tackle, by getting that movement and declaring it, right? You got to define the movement because if you define it, the tailback's going to define the cut. All right. So let's look at. Oh, this is better. Let's look at clear roof. Main hustling. Again, got an odd look here. Wait till it's clips over. I don't like how it skips from 10 to 30 seconds. Like, that just seems so inconsistent. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's all right. So looking at this, right? So kind of like I talked about before, um, we essentially kind of full slid this. Now with the odd front, with four eyes especially, it's kind of probably going to look like that. Because it's almost, well, it's a different rule, right? Like you can't for the backside. I'm saying you can't say you're one LOS, two LOS because there's no there's no two D lineman on the backside, right? So again, it's still gonna, but however, it goes the guy that gets added into the slide, however, now is the backside guard. So it still doesn't change for the play side, right? A, B, C. Now the guard gets added to the backside A. So every now becomes a four-man slide instead of a three-man slide. Backside tackle, it's going to still be it's Herm still is our man on two LOS because you still got technically one, two. So it's a good job. Kind of, I think I talked about this before, but soft post in this backside with the backside tackle in order to get his hips um, in front of this down lineman. Real good job snapping out of his set into a stand from a stance. Excuse me. So, I mean, obviously, technically sound, not the best pro. But here's what I do, especially what I loved about coaching these guys, none of them were soft. And that's kind of something that, like, I always told them, like, you know, you can get beat, but if you get, like, as far as, like, when it comes to bull rushing or somebody trying to run through you, you better make sure they run through you. Like, you can't nosedive out of the way or pick a side and cower out of the way. Like, now, granted, this is a little friendly fire by the play side guard and tackle or slide side guard and tackle, but again, um, still, again, these guys just fighting, fighting, to keep the queue up and making sure he obviously can get to his reads. Really good job by the backside guard too on that, being able to see that blitzer. All right, let's look at this since we're getting a little bit more blitz. So this might be a little tougher to pause and stuff. And here's one thing too. I mean, we knew going into this that one of their tendencies for bringing this great blitz, um, or NCAA, whatever you want to call it, when you get you're getting two from a side. So this guy's going all the way to A. You're getting B, and then you're getting C here. So it's a good job though by not by hitting the pump on the brake, hitting the brakes. We don't, even though there's movement happening, there's always going to be something coming back in your gap, right? Just because something goes away doesn't mean that something ain't going to come back. Like right here, it's a really good job by this backside tackle right here. Got the finally got a good, really good pause on this. See how he's not chasing that down lineman, even though his rule will tell him, again, that's your man. However, makes sure he delivers him all the way down to the guard. The guard has him. Now he's able to snap off to this color that's coming right in his face. We don't like that. That's that sucks. I do think I remember this clip though. So the center does a really good job right here. Essentially, they're in a bear front. Um, so in pass pro, right? Obviously, D lines, the rushers are trying to rush, create havoc, get a pressure, get the sack on the quarterback. However, if they're not able to do that, right, you'll see guys jump, try to swat the ball down, create an incompletion. Now, on the offensive side, if you're an offensive lineman protecting that, you want to punish jumpers. Like if you're jumping, right, unless you got an index card vertical like myself, you're getting off the ground with both feet, right? So when this guy jumps, when this, just a touch, when this guy jumps, right, both his feet are off the ground. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when both feet are off the ground and you got somebody, engaged, that like you should be able to punish and put them in the ground. And that's what we, tell that's why I tell guys, you better punish jumpers. Make sure they don't jump again. And he did a good job of finishing that guy. Now, obviously, the result, you don't like that, but you punish jumpers. Yeah, it's like, so, all right, so that was that. Some nickel stuff. Let's go back to some good old Abilene Christian. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the stuff. If you know, if you like this kind of intricate stuff and have any questions or why this doesn't make sense or why do you say that, like, feel free to obviously comment. I'm an open book. I can kind of tell you the way I think it and why I think that way or why X, Y, and Z. Sorry, let me try to find this. All right. Think of no, I did not find it. Hmm. I literally just no. Where? All right. Let's go to let's go to the following game. So if it doesn't pull, I'll just go back. I'll just go back to another drive in the UNT game. If this stuff can ever pull up. But yeah, like I said before, and kind of the conclusion to the last video, another thing I'm looking to do, and it'd be like a collaboration with my brothers and myself, and we'll probably have my father on there as well too, is we kind of do talks where we, I mean, kind of similar to this, like it's not like I have anything written down. It just kind of all comes off the top of our head. It's just kind of, you know, men just talking, whether it be about whatever's happening, in our lives or out there in the real world. Obviously, for my family, we're big into sports, so we may talk about that a good amount. Or another thing that we like to, I don't know why stuff ain't playing. This is very weird. Another thing we may talk about too, though, is um like superheroes. I know, like for example, the big show that just concluded right now is Invincible. For the most part, we're all caught up on that. I know, I know. One of my brothers though isn't fully caught up on it, so we may kind of hold our opinion on that until he finishes it. All right, apologize about that. Yeah, I'm just having freaking malfunction over here. I think it's finally gonna open. But yeah, talk about superhero stuff. Obviously, music. Um, like I mentioned before, sports, and like I said, I mean, we also, I think, thing is too is obviously I know everybody nowadays kind of has like a podcast or has opinions, and you know, uh, a lot of it too, I think, is stemmed from like people just being at home when COVID happened and whatnot. But I think there's pockets and there's stuff for everybody out I hope we can kind of give you guys or the people that obviously enjoy kind of uh the stuff that we can contribute to in the conversation or whatever it may be. But I think there is something that we could share that you guys might take from away from it. So um like I said, it'll be on another channel. Whenever we get that up and running, I'll make sure to kind of link it to this as well. So but kind of I finally got it pulled up, so we'll kind of move on to uh the next little deal. So let's kind of skip ahead here. Did we watch this already? Yeah, we did. Okay, let's go. Let's go right. So yeah, look, I mean, look at the score down at this point in the game. It is still we're still in the first half, right? Now looking pretty 31 nothing. And again, usually when you play these kind of games, obviously it's a great experience for for us, as an FCS opponent in order to kind of um play against this kind of competition. Obviously it's a payday for the program. But you know, I think I one thing loved about our team is we went into this game thinking we could, compete and really give these guys a run for their money. Now, at the time, if you guys can remember back, like these guys had their quarterback at the time was a dude. I mean, he was like on the Heisman watch. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but like they had some guys like even number two on the D lineman. I don't think he's in right now, but he was a dude. Their nose, he was good. I mean, they had some guys. All right, let's look at this now. So I believe we're running power right here. All right. So he also brought in our other quarterback, which is he was our runner. So really good pull by the chicken farm, man. Good old K Parmalee. Make him call. But I mean, the reason why I'm in love with the skip pull too is because you keep your shoulders square and see how like on that step, it's almost like a timing step, right? Like as soon as you get past those down blocks, he's about to put his foot in the ground and get north and south. Like he's getting downhill right now. And usually as the running back or as the runner, he's about to do the same thing as well. He's following you in these gap schemes. So he does a good job really getting downhill. Now, obviously, the guy that makes the plays, pretty sure it's the freaking safety. Now, again, that's going to happen at these kind of levels. Like they're going to make plays 3 or 4 yards. Like that's why they're on scholarship too, right? Not 64. That's why I was never on scholarship. Didn't I mean I did a pretty good job knocking the hip over on that, but I was high as hell. Not literally, but at my pad level, right? No, I don't do that. All right. So here, hmm, I remember this play because this is a little bit wonky here. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing up front. I mean, I would like to think I'm doing the right thing, right? Because I mean, I didn't have many mental busts as a player. I would like to think that DN was supposed to be blocked by probably one of those um flat bellies, but could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe I did have a mental bust there, but I think I had the grade sheet. So. I ain't gonna do all that. It's a little too much. A little too much work. Right, so here we had since we were such a big boot team, we did a lot of this throwback screen with the tailback kind of setting up right behind the offensive line. Oh, I like that. I didn't know John did that. A lot of guys in the league do this too. Like they'll never they'll like hardly like I never see many guys get called holding for this where they're like it's almost like a slingshot type of deal where like he's not going to be able to reach this guy if he stays traditionally trying to run uh if he keeps running on this path, right? So what he kind of does is he almost kind of hooks him in a way to slingshot and propel himself to be able to get right back in position to be able to get again his hips in front of him, like how we kind of talked about get my hips in front of the defender's hips. That dude is considered blocked, like right there. Like right now, he's in a position to now be able to block it, which that's I mean that's some next level stuff, right? Now we also have our tailback, which is probably one of the fastest human beings I've probably seen. But I guess we our blocks we're not good enough there. All right, that's good. What we do here, random. Okay, is this the play? Yeah, this is the play. Okay, I was gonna say this is the play I wanted to get to. Yep, I remember this. In the end of this is our first touchdown of the season right here, 2019. So again, they're back in the even front, and it's almost it's really it's a 4-1 structure, right? 4-3, whatever you want to call it. They don't got anybody windowed or right here, right? So I believe we were running outside zone here. No, maybe it's just inside. I believe it's just inside zone. However, it's a really good job. Obviously, I'm not going to correct this because our O line coach already did. But obviously, you wouldn't like to get beat across your face right here, backside. On the backside, you want to keep things on the back. You want to keep the backside on the backside. But now, obviously, they don't got anybody responsible for this gap, right? Like they didn't have a spike here. They didn't have anything. Like there's nobody responsible for this gap. So, um, usually when this happens, right? Obviously, the backer we're working to. I mean, there really is nobody to work to play side. Like, I guess technically we could work to him, but right, like, there's nowhere for me to go. So what I did right here was I just shut it down. Like I stopped the zone, you know, and when I stopped the zone, right, like it's able to obviously for the tailback to be able to find the hole. So because there was nobody at the second level for me to work up to. Obviously, like I said, I could have worked up to the third level, but I wanted to make sure this stayed here. Like I don't want anything to flow back over the top because obviously, again, this guy's on scholarship. This guy's on scholarship. You always want to have your running backs on a safety. Like if you could draw it up perfectly, that's how you want it. And that's exactly what happened. Tailback made a miss, and we scored. Sorry, I got a little itch in my ear. Right. All right. I think we had another big play here. So what's the score now? So 38-7 right before still first half. This was a big run right here. All right, so again, we're running GH. Now again, kind of like what we talked about before, it was kind of hard. Like to run it this way, we had nobody responsible for that backside linebacker. Like to run it to the open side, excuse me, the two blocker side, like we had nobody responsible for that side. Like the only way to kind of run it was to run it to the three-man surface with the tight end attached, or you could have them there or whatever. But nonetheless, like tailback did a good job, obviously making a miss, and then we're out the gate, right? But obviously, it doesn't draw up good on a board, whiteboard, because nobody was blocking that backside linebacker. Like I said, I do remember our old line coach addressing that after he after this. Good old Reese, baby. This dude had like the perfect Joker impressions too, by the way, like the Heath Ledger Joker, which is the best Joker. So kind of similar to that naked screen, except we're kind of the way we're running it here is uh it's a throwback screen, but we're running it out of GT now, which I think it's nasty. Now, really, what I could have probably done a better job here, because again, it's kind of the same rules as far as who we're blocking. Like obviously you kind of fake deuce. You still you make your dummy calls, right? Like we know it's a screen. We still say a fake deuce to or dummy deuce to 23. Still getting the back block here. Obviously, I'm still responsible for the C gap defender, which is this nine technique, and we're rapping for nine. Now, what kind of happens here is uh this dude spills it. So he spills it, or I don't know what he honestly sees, but he's all the way here. What I could have probably kept doing is obviously just working up, but whatever. Obviously, not nine ends up dropping back. Now, good if and I remember when he was watching this. Oh man, Reese, Reese should never reached another gear right there. It's funny looking at a 69 running Reese. But hey, I mean, end up being a big play. If he probably that's why too, like as an offensive lineman, like you got to be decisive because if you're not decisive, look how our running backs are running, right? Like he's not running with uh intent or you know he's not running decisive because we as the old line aren't doing. Mm, I do think we end up scoring. Ah, holy hell! I think I remember this. Oh, damn, there got ran through. My God, pause. But sheesh, that was. Not expecting that. I mean, they're doing a game right here, but we're running a screen. My God, freaking cows on ice right there. It's better right there. Now, against they're back in odd. Freaking wide that night. But hey, that's a really shout out Crispy right here. Shout out John left tackle right here. That's a really good vertical set on this nine right here. Get to your spot because again, at some point too, like this guy's gonna have to meet you, right? If you get to your spot, you set like he's gonna meet you, unless he's just gonna be a freaking robot and just keep going here. Then if he keeps going there, he's never gonna get to the quarterback. If he's gonna at some point meet you. That's a really good set by John right there. Oh, we didn't score. Yeah, I guess I was tripping. Oh no, yeah, we did. I thought we scored a touchdown. We got a field goal. CTE said that. We run duo here, so which essentially they're giving us pair here, right? I mean, yeah, I mean it's still odd. I mean, but like so obviously the way you would like to track this, right? It's still kind of hard to get to the so well that's why I think it's fair. It's two freaking three. Essentially still you still got four, so it's still odd, but essentially we're here, center's trying to get here, we're here, we're obviously out there. You can get this deuce to go here. Honestly, not sure how we block this backside with the receiver. Yeah, that's why. That's why too. I mean, I like good old ho ho. Obviously, he hits the color coming right to him, but that's the guy we obviously didn't block there. Because if we probably if ho ho stays on his track, he probably will end up blocking 23. TTB right here, who he's blocking, then we're one on one with safety. Mm-mm. What do we do here? Trying to run GH. Didn't get to the back. I'm telling you, like, look, just pause this picture real quick, man, and just look at 97 compared to the offensive line that we got right here. And I mean, I'm relatively outside the center. I mean, me and the center are practically around the same size, but everybody else on this offensive line was bigger than us. But like, look at the damn nose in comparison to everybody else on our offensive line. Like that's like three people. That's like three of us at ACU. But so obviously we're running outside zone here. Oh my god! Hey man, like I made the other video talking about how one of my players sacrificed himself to get a touchdown. This was just to get goddamn 2 or 3 yards. Holy hell, that's funny. Oh my god, that's funny as hell. Oh man. Oh yeah, with Jet. Yeah, that's the thing too. When we ran Jet, like we it was more so our blocks were kind of the dummy blocks. Like didn't really matter. It was Jet. It was the perimeter blocks that needed to get right. I remember the outside line. Uh, that's why now. I mean, that's the thing too. That's kind of changed about college too. Now is nowadays like you get film, like you get instant film right now. Like, and like that's one thing that's definitely like I know you that didn't happen this time. Like if the guys up in the box, they could see like right when that play happened, all right, like 2 seconds or whatever, however long, they could be like, all right, we didn't get to the backside linebacker because XYZ or they're in this front or we need to, there could be adjustments made right then and there instead of waiting until the night to actually watch the whole game or the game's over. Oh, freaking got smoked. The hell? What the hell? My eyes are all messed up here. Just stay on the down line. Let's see. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know what the hell. I remember this in my offensive line coach. The thing, believe it or not, I was a walk on. I mean, that's not hard to believe, but I was the fastest O lineman of the bunch, or at least this year, where these guys were all at. And I remember my offensive line coach bringing this up, being like, he's like, man, you're the fastest old lineman. Like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, it's like I got freaking shit in my pants right there. What the hell? God damn. Sorry, Trey. Yeah, I better pick his ass up. My God, what the hell is that? Good pro. All right. That's what I'm saying. Like the score, let me just go back. It's 41-10. These motherfuckers still got really their ones in. Like, man, they didn't take their defense out. Still see big ass 97, 94. I believe he was a starter. The Packers, only guy they don't have in D line wise was like number two. Mm, all right, so man, my eyes are all fucked up here. So we got a true stack here. We got a true stack. So yeah, man, we can't block these guys. I mean, obviously the guy should have been pulling for was the one I just freaking ran by. Third and four. Oh yeah, I remember. Yup. So I'm saying the dude was fast. He's fast, fast. So running OZ here, and I remember seeing this guy walk up, and I was like, man, I was like, I know I got to get to that freaking five. I mean, I know that five was gonna become, come right to me. Mm, so I was like, if I could secure this, I'm like, this could go. Which that's the thing too, is like when you get blitz versus like again against anything, but especially zone, you just want to ride the wave, like ride the wave. So good job again. Let's see. I think backside we made, but make the so again we manned the backside, so can't block that backside linebacker. Otherwise, obviously, if we were to zone it, then we would have comboed here to there. So I'm pretty sure we manned the backside because we're pleasing the flat bellies and throwing RPO. But this is why you hand it off because especially when you hand it to this guy, it's fast, fast. Oh, see, Tracy was a hell of a bag, but he won fast, fast. So kind of going back to though to that other clip we talked about being decisive. This is a good job by uh again this lineman John being real decisive here, because then it gets Tracy to get to full speed. Get 48-17 still. Less than 2 minutes left in the third quarter. These motherfuckers still got the starters. What are we running here? That's not true. Mm, man, I'm telling you, if we probably didn't let this happen as many times as it did, we probably put up more points. Because that at least that probably happened at least like 6 times. P Yeah, I was about to say throw the damn flag. The hell? Man, again, we're always pleasing these flat bellies. RPOs. Uh, mm-mm-mm. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's a really good hip knock too by tight end, getting into the hip right there. But man, like again, it's funny because I actually like RPOs. Like I do, but and I get it. Like man, can't have it all, right? Might as well just finish out this game. Luca took a shot right there. Oh, Jesus. Got everybody blocked up there, or at least, I mean, from a schematics freaking trying to lean my head into shit. Doesn't usually, not usually a good outcome. That happens. Oh, God. Again, this is why when you're on the slide, and I believe we're full sliding this thing too, which is definitely not good for me. Again, so everybody's got a gap, right? And I clearly did not understand the memo here. So again, this is why you got to keep your feet moving. I just try to freaking get a hand on them, but I'm ultimately responsible for the B gap right here. If I don't chase men, because I don't like to chase men, I just stay in my gap. I'll be able to block this guy in my gap. But clearly, I did not get the memo back in 2019. All right, so we move on. Fourth, yeah, fourth. Oh hell. Hey, again, let me see. Let me just see everything before I talk about it. All right, so what are we running here first? Oh, okay, I think I know. We're running power read. Trying to run power read here. But man, so obviously I'm trying to keep that guy in my backside gap. That's the thing too, is like you gotta be strong. In this case, I gotta be strong with my right hand right here and make sure he doesn't cross, get back across my face. That's the thing about down blocks. It's like obviously I'm going down. This dude's gonna fight pressure with pressure, try to defeat the down, get back across my face, right? Now he does that because we didn't take him much to do, but now at least I stuck with it, right? I stuck with it again and was able to at least allow Samaj to get we were at least able to get past the line of scrimmage right there. Little sugar hole. This GT. So everybody's just staying on the track down. Let's see, why does this end up happening? Okay. Kind of a muggy read. They had an extra, I mean, Warren made a damn tackle. Again, just running power, get a little jet motion here. And the score, so it's 51-24. 6 minutes. Tutty, good old Finkster, good old Josh. So at this point now, except you got 23, he's a starter, but they got nothing but now they got backups, right? You except I think this guy's a starter. I think the corners are still starters. Yeah, nine, yeah, still a starter. So 20 points. I mean, yeah, their D line, they're full backups, but and again, man, I was not by any means an ass whooper. Again, this happened. It's a different kid, different guy. They call him a kid now. He's probably he's a grown ass man. But this dude did the same thing to me, right? But again, the way I played, man, I was again not the strongest, not the fastest, definitely certainly wasn't the most athletic. But again, I don't have the sound on because it's not like you get film with sound. But that's the thing, man. You play whistle to whistle, you're able to obviously do some things. I mean, let's go. Let's actually watch this one. So we're on the what 3 2 yard line. I down block him. I miss it. We're at obviously the line of scrimmage, 2 or 3 yard line, 3 yard line. I drive this kid 5 yards, to the 7 yard line. So that's why I was able to play, man. I mean, I knew where the plays were going. I played whistle to whistle. I mean, look at right there again, fighting a holy war with freaking UNT's backup kid that's most probably certainly on scholarship. But hey, man, I mean, driving my feet, trying. That's the thing too, especially we get in positions like this as an offensive lineman. You got a choice to make, right? Like right here, like do I just do I just say, oh man, like it's the moment of truth. Like, do I just allow this guy to be able to make the play, or do I accelerate my feet and get a finish here and allow the runner to be able to maybe break an arm tackle, whatnot. But if I just let go right here, then this is the play's dead. But obviously I kept accelerate my feet as best I could. Now, I mean, still, I end up ultimately making the play, but look at the last play. Good old whiff. Good old whiff. We're just running GT. But yeah, man. I mean, that was my first career game against UNT. I mean, it was an experience. I mean, hearing their chants, and, got to be able to actually kind of experience all that. Uh, I mean, again, it was years ago. It's not like uh, I fully remember everything. I just remember, man, just the grind it took to get there, man, especially being with those guys. Um, but yeah, man, I appreciate, if you guys obviously have watched this far up until this point, I appreciate you guys. If you could, leave a like, comment what was your favorite part. If you obviously want more stuff like this, subscribe, like I said, I'm more so I like doing this kind of stuff, man. I would like to be able to kind of get at some point other people on, maybe it'd be some former teammates or some other, coaches to kind of get involved in this as well. 'Cause, I think just sparking a conversation, talking football, man, it can go anywhere. And that's the way I kind of always treated the game. I mean, it's been my life, you know, and just talking about that and just seeing some, just again, kind of remembering now some of the stuff that we would kind of laugh at and talk about in the meetings, and it was a great experience, and I think it's something that I just want to share with you guys and kind of in that aspect. But man, I'll be back again maybe later in the week. Probably break down some other college games. Because I honestly, it used to be crazy. I used to really be in the NFL a lot more. Like when I was a player, like I definitely enjoy watching NFL football. I like watching college football, but I think it's definitely changed in the last couple of years. I mean, I enjoy watching both. I think football is football. But yeah, this upcoming week, yeah, I'll be back, and we'll talk some more ball. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you got any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm gonna read them. So appreciate you guys. We'll be back. See you guys later.